I think there's some confusion about what it means to be a human versus what it means to be a woman. Are those the same reality, different realities? How do they overlap? And I like to think of it a little bit like a Venn diagram, which if you think of a circle that encompasses being a woman and a circle that encompasses being a man, and then you think, well, there's some similarities there, so they're going to overlap. And then there's going to be some parts that don't overlap. And what title would you put on that diagram? You would call it humanity, because being a human is male and female. What we don't have is a third circle where we say, oh, this is what humanity is. And so humanity is something different than being a woman. No. Everything about being a woman, whether it's the distinctive part or the similar part, it's all human, all of it. And everything about being a man, the distinctive part and the similar part to being a woman, it's all human. So what we can't do as women is transcend being a woman in order to be a human. So you might hear someone say, well, I just want someone to stop treating me like a woman and treat me like a person. And I think what they mean by that is something really valid. They're saying, I want you to see me as something fuller than what you're seeing me as. They're probably being demeaned in some way, and they're saying, could you see all of me? But where that type of language gets us in trouble is that it implies that there's a different category than woman, that if we can just get into the human category, then we'll have value. And what I want to say is, no, the Bible says that we are made male and female, and being a woman is completely valuable. Every part of it is human and valuable, not just the part that's overlapping with being a man, and not just the part that's distinct, all of it. And so I think one piece of unhelpful language that the church has sometimes adopted is to say that being a woman is a role that we have. And I would just want to say, it depends on what we mean by role. The way that usually lands on me is to think a role is sort of a hat we wear at different times. So I might go do this thing, and that's a role that I have, and then I'll come over here and be who I am all the time, Abigail. And over here, I'm a teacher or something. And that's not a helpful way to think about womanhood. Womanhood isn't a role that we do and then we go back to being who we really are. Being a woman is who we are all the time in every cell of our body, not just the cells of our body that are distinctive to women. We don't just have female body parts and then gender-neutral body parts. Every cell has the XX chromosome. Every part of us is a woman, and that's good. And I think if we can see that that's good, we won't talk about being a woman in a demeaning way that makes us feel we need to rise above it. We'll be able to see that there are beautiful things about it that overlap with men and that are distinct from men, and see all of it as just a good gift.